Hello, you're most welcome. In this video, we are going to look at one of the most common applications of Microsoft Excel, or spreadsheets, and that is how to organize student records or how to organize a MarkSheet. So in this video, I'm going to take you through how to obtain total marks, average, and positioning, and also grading of students using Microsoft spreadsheets. So please, you're most welcome. So as you can see here, we are having a list of students. These are their names, their marks in math, English, science, and social studies. So I want to look at how to get the total mark, the average mark, and then the position. So how do we get the total mark? That is the most common thing that we can do, or that is the easiest thing that we can start with. So we are going to use a formula. Yes, you can use a formula. You can also use a function. But for this case, for me, I'm going to use a formula. So I come here and say getting the total is going to be calculated in here. So we say the total is equal to, we get the marks for English, and then we add add the marks for English, then we also add the marks for science, and add the marks for social studies. Then we just click enter. So when we do that, the total marks for that student are calculated just as you can see right there. Okay, so when I come and click on this cell here, the formula is going to be shown in the formula bar. That what is there, we are getting B2 plus D2 plus F2 plus H2, and there we are getting the total mark. So I come here to the edge, and when this Kepler sign appears, I just double click, and that formula is repeated throughout our list of, or the entire list. So we come on getting average. So how do we calculate the average? You can calculate average using a formula by saying this is equal to average. Yes, average. Average of what? You put the numbers, average of this, put a comma, and this, comma, this, and that. Then you close the brackets and you click enter. So that is what appears. Or you can also use a formula, but for me, I've used a function. So I guess with that you get the difference between a formula and a function. Then we come here, how to get the position of students. You come here and say for us to get the position, we use a formula or a function that is called rank. So we say we are ranking. What are we ranking? We use the totals to rank. Sorry, so now this is an error. There is something that we didn't do right. So we come and say this is equal to rank, open brackets. We are ranking the total number. The reference is this entire up to the entire length. Yes. So that is the reference. We are getting the rank of the total mark is it in descending order or in ascending order? Now, if it is in descending, that means that the highest marks get the first position and as reduced like that. If it is in ascending order, that means that the lowest mark gets the highest. The lowest mark gets the highest position. So we want it in descending order. The highest position gets the lowest. The highest total gets the lowest position. So we put as 0. And then another thing that we need to do, we need to fix these ranges. So by fixing, I mean we place a $sign before the column number, before the column value, and also like that, like as you can see right there. So that we are calculating the position throughout for the fixed interval. Okay, and then we click enter. So after entering the function, I come here at the edge, and after that Kepler sign appearing, just double tap, and then the formula is copied throughout the entire class, just as you can see. So we are already done calculating the total, calculating the average, and also positioning our students. And for the grade we use the function called if. So we are going to use the if function. So we come here for the grade and we say this is equal to, if we open the bracket, so if this, if that mark is greater than, we use now here, we use if it is greater than or less than or like that. So we say that if this is greater than, if the math mark that we are considering right here, okay, so we say if it is greater than the mark, the pass mark, say if it is greater than maybe 85, that student gets a D1. We put a comma, and then we also say if, because it is a repeated thing, so we continue like that. If that mark is greater than 75, our student gets a D2. If that mark is less than 75, we say now we put another condition. If it is, if the mark is greater than 70, the student gets a credit 3. Comma, and if the mark is not greater than 70, maybe it is greater than, maybe it is greater than a 65, then that student gets a credit a C4, and then you continue like that until the sequence is finished. So as I said, we continue like that until we reach the lowest mark. And if the student, maybe the mark they have got is greater than a 40, then they get a pass 8. And if it is not, then we don't have to say an if again. We just say that student gets an F9. And then we keep on closing those brackets. You click close brackets until you get the black one, like that, and then enter. So this is how our function looks like. The thing that should be put is always put under quotations, and then you make sure that the last function is also given, the last alternative, in case the function doesn't meet all these options that you've given, and then you close the brackets until you get the black bracket, and you click enter. So after that, so this is what we are having. Now this, from this function, this grade, this 70 is given a grade of C4. So we come here, put that cursor there, and double tap, and then the thing is enter just like that. And then we want to copy this formula and put it here, okay, in the grading for the other subject. So you just come here and we right click and then copy. Then come here and paste. And then you also come here, double tap, and that is it. And you're done. You do the same. Just come here, right click, copy. Okay, come here and paste. And paste it on the other grading. That is, you want to grade now. You want to grade science. So we come here and just paste that formula, that function, and we copy it downwards. And that is how we do it. So we are done. Come here still, copy the function, paste it here, and then we copy through the entire column, and that is what we are having. So we are done grading the students as well as giving them positions and yes, their totals, their averages, and then also giving them grades. So after that, you can print these marks on their report cards. In case you want to comment, you can add here a column for the comments, and the same, you can also use the if function. So that is it about making report cards. Thank you very much for watching. Please see you next time.